Hey there, everybody. I know no one's here at the moment, but hey, everybody on the replay. Thank you for joining. Hopefully, we'll have some good conversations and you guys will have some decent entertainment. If not, I apologize. Thank you for watching. Stick through the replay and make sure that you catch the code word somewhere near the end. It's like any random distance, so it's best to just watch and pay attention because my code word champions know that I have something in store for them in the future. So please make sure you pay attention. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you for being here. Tonight we will be having a fireside hangout chat, ask me anything, and semi ASMR. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have a good time, and thank you for coming. How's it going, everybody? I see we have one person right now. I'm just hanging out, waiting for Elizabeth, Heya, to just have a conversation, hanging out next to the fire. I mean, bare minimum, it's like a ASMR with me occasionally talking. And if I just had a smoother whisper voice, it would be an ASMR. See, we have two now. So, Heya, we're just hanging out next to the fire, having a chat, waiting for people to join in, see who wants to hang out and conversate. Is that my horoscope? Or is that my numerology? Hey, we got three. So, for those joining in, we're hanging out and we're chatting by the fire. And it's a open panel, ask me anything. The link is pinned up at the chat. There. Oh, nice. 3 is one of my favorite numbers, and three times definitely feels promising for me. It's interesting though. I've never had an actual tarot card reading. That's pretty much what it is. But I said that in the last live. I I always try to fix things, and I usually end up damaging myself to try to do that. And I'll justify putting myself in some pretty crappy situations just because it's to help someone out. But I mean, I'm helping them. Yeah, I know I gotta take care of myself better. I something I've always done. I mean, ever since I was a little kid. I mean, I was in single digits taking care of my mom while she was sick. She had kidney failure, heart failure, and thyroid failure. And I was in elementary school learning about medical procedures to help her with her peritoneal dialysis and the home care. And yeah, people try to mistake my kindness for weakness, but it's definitely their mistake in the long run because I'm someone of extremes. I can be one of the nicest people you ever meet, but if you were to ever push me too far, I could probably be the scariest person you ever met. And that's not me trying to be tough, that's just me knowing that I know how people work. And so I know how to go after people when they give me no choice and they go after me. I know what scares them, I know what bothers them. So it's like, I'm overly kind and helpful and honest, and I'd bend over backwards and do anything for anybody, but if you hurt me or someone I love, all bets are off. And you'll wish you never met me. And it's not out of spite, it's out of protection. And I've been thinking about that a lot recently, Elizabeth. I need to make some changes and do something to better my life. Oh, and that happens all the time. Always. But the thing about using a lie to try to hurt someone is it never works. Not in the long run. Because the truth comes out and then that holds no weight. Because a lie is just empty. There's nothing to it. Keep bouncing up and down. Have three and then two and then one and then two and then three and then two and then one. God, I love fire. So I mean, it is an open panel. If any of these people who keep popping in and out want to pop up, they're welcome to. It should be pinned to the top. Yeah, I'm tempted to. I wish I could edit the title and just do Fire ASMR and just leave it there. Oh, hush. That was so far away, it don't even matter. It's the only problem with this is when I'm recording or something like this, when it's just super quiet. There's no other sound going on. So the dogs hear every little sound, so they kind of bug out a little bit. Does that keep trying to zoom in and out? Is that like not focusing? Oh, I feel like it is. Sorry about the shaking. There we go. So for the three hanging out, Elizabeth and the two others, we're just hanging out and having a chat by the fire. It's an open panel if anybody wants to come up and hang out. So ask me anything. Uh, Fireside chat, ASMR kind of thing. Um, Anybody interested in supporting my channel, there's links in the description and on my about page. Merch stores, Patreon, etc. Lots of new updates. I just got finished with my live where I announced a lot of my updates about my merch stores, getting new merchandise and new designs, and my Patreon got new tiers to have merchandise added to those tiers. And I'm getting a tarot card psych reading from Elizabeth, which is pretty cool. The only thing I didn't check was to see if I got any new patrons. I checked my stores. I didn't have any new sales yet, but I didn't expect to have like instant patrons, but I mean, it would have been cool. I always wondered if I had one of those soothing whisper voices that I could do the ASMR, uh, quiet talking things. It's so weird. To me, it looks like the screen keeps trying to focus. I don't know how to get that to stop. Damn, I mean, I hope that's not like too disturbing, but I can't get it to stop. So, I mean, I'll just keep the light off. It seems a little less noticeable if it's dark. What's up, Squirrel? How's it going, bro? We're just hanging out, having a fireside chat, hang out. Elizabeth is giving me a psych reading, tarot reading, and we're just hanging out, sitting by the fire, chatting. Made a couple videos, did an announcement, and had a lot of updates, and just wanted to hang out. Elizabeth had the idea of doing a fireside chat. What's going on with you, Squirrel? The link is up there if anybody wants to hang out. Doing a ask me anything kind of thing. Just kind of just do whatever. Um, I want to get my channel a little more involved, have people be more involved in the decisions and stuff. They can make requests and suggestions and help me decide on what I'm going to do so that way they can see what they want to see and just be a better content creator for my fans and my supporters and my friends. This big old family that we got going. Sorry, I just totally zoned out. Fire will do that. I try not to set boundaries. Not in most things. I I like to keep possibilities open. I have certain limitations that I won't accept, but that's mostly just self-respect and preservation. Not, don't really set boundaries on most other things. I'm enjoying the spiritual sage advice. It's fine. I'm just trying to not trying to fight the urge to just sit here and zone out at the fire. And I've been enjoying your little messages and wondering if just chilling out, seeing if anybody has anything they want to talk about or say. It says we have 3 people hanging out. At least that's what it says on my end. Obviously, Elizabeth, we know you're hanging out. I mean, anybody else want to throw out a heya on the roll call? I think Squirrel might still be hanging out or popping in and out. Anybody have any interesting survival challenge ideas? Therese or Teresa? Hiya? Uh, I don't. I feel like I should recognize your name. But how's it going? Have you hung out with us before? I really feel like I know your name. Chance. No idea. Thanks, Squirrel. I figured if we're hanging out by the fire, there's no need for me to be on camera, so I just figured point it at the fire. Well, that's awesome. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. I do a outdoor survival, bushcrafting, camping, life advice. It's kind of a mismatch channel, mostly anything to do with the outdoors, which I full-time camp, so I'm always outdoors. So everything's been outdoors for me, so I can relate anything to outdoors. But today I've just been I shared a story close to my heart earlier in a live, and then I did another live after to do an announcement about some upgrades I've been doing to my merchandise stores and some changes I made to my Patreon page for more perks and stuff for the people who are on my Patreon. Um, if you're interested in checking any of that out, my links are in the description and in my about page on my channel page. So um, every little bit of support helps, and I try to show appreciation and give thanks and give back to everybody who helps me out. So Also, I accept donations through my Cash App. Um, I'm a full-time YouTuber. This is my form of income. This is my job, my life. So this is just a chill hangout night, sitting next to the fire, and yeah, I do giveaways and appreciations for my subscribers. Um, my first 1,000 subscribers are each getting a gift. Um, literally only at like 1,005, and I believe I have subscribers mode only on, so I think that would mean you'd probably subscribe to me. So, I mean, you're probably right there. With the number of people who aren't going to accept one, I'd probably just include you on the list anyway. But as I said before, I'm also going to be doing a total appreciation probably for my first 2,500 in total. But my first 1,000 were special, so my first 1,000 are all getting special gifts. And I'll be doing the uh, video, releasing the information about that when it gets closer to that, when I have the gifts closer to being done. Hand making a bunch of crafts and gifts and stuff. And yeah. Oh, awesome. So yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Um, I'm trying to expand and get more involved with the community and try to reach out and get more support. Um, I just want to be able to do this more. So if I actually start being able to support myself through this, I'll be able to do it even more and upgrade my equipment and be able to do better videos and be able to take trips to share with you guys and do all my how-tos and stuff like that and get gear to be able to share with you guys different gear tips and ideas. And I just love doing this. I love sharing with everybody, and this is my life. I mean, like I said, I'm full-time camping. Uh, that's something I love to do, and my boys love it. The dogs, the two dogs. I swear they actually have more fans than I do. So I might have recognized your name from the notification because when someone subscribes to me, sometimes I'll get a notification. So I might have got that notification like a long time ago and just recognized your name. Well, we got 6 hanging out right now. So heya, everybody. Give me a heya in the comments in the chat. Let me know who's hanging out. Got some new people joining the tribe. Well, not joining. You said you subbed a long time ago, but like tuning in. Um, yeah, hanging out, chatting, asking me anything. Hey Johnny, how's it going? I updated a lot of stuff. I put an update on my Patreon. You'd be interested in that. I'm including merch with my tiers now. If people are actually in a tier, and I upgraded a lot of stuff in my stores. Um, but excited to see you, Johnny Small Pepper. It's an open panel if anybody wants to come up and hang out. Oh, cool. Canadian Fishing Musician or one of the other ones? Because I know there's a few. No. Hmm. I mean, there's quite a few. I can't think of them. There's a lot of guys that do YouTube up in Canada. There's Canadian Fish Musician. I do believe Dank Over Stink is Canadian. Off the Res, I'm pretty sure is Canadian. Uh, who was it? Swamp Rat talked to him. Swampland Outdoors, I think. Oh, there's a lot of Canadian YouTubers. At least ones that do the outdoor stuff. I mean, it's building a cabin. Hmm. Like, I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of any names. But I mean, yeah, I I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like, even though I haven't been active on YouTube for a little bit, I've been I've been doing a lot of stuff, building out my Patreon and building out my stores and trying to include more for everybody. AZ More Squad, what's up? How's it going? Hiya. I finally getting back into the swing of things. Had a busy day. I shared a heartfelt story, some history, and made an announcement about my Patreon and my store updates and changes made to that. And then Elizabeth thought it was a good idea to have a fireside chat hangout. So it's an open panel if you want to hang out. So ask me anything. Um, just straight up chilling out, hanging out. Hey, Daddy Longleg, can you get off of my tripod? That doesn't mean go on my screen. Don't hit the end button. Will you come here? Thank you. Sorry, it was the invasion of the arachnids. Sorry, we're fine. It was a one-man team. Is that? I just saw heat lightning. Might have been a flash of the fire hitting my peripheral. So, I mean, we got 6 people in here. I'll ask you guys a question. What video are you guys most interested in seeing? Like, what's something you want to see me do, or what's an outdoor video that you want to see done, or a survival challenge that you haven't seen? Just something, a common problem that hasn't been answered, that kind of thing. You guys have any ideas? I mean, yeah, I haven't, me personally, I haven't done a lot of shelter building videos. There's, you know, 200 million and one videos out there on it, but I haven't done a lot of my own. I started that one bushcraft project, one bushcraft camp, but then it moved. So if I get the go ahead, I don't know who's in here, but if I get the go ahead and I can get an agreement to make a homestead on a chunk of land that I'm trying to talk to the owner about, I will be making um, a log cabin shelter house dealio. Um, it'll pretty much be a log cabin, the one that we'll be living in, and then I'll be doing robust shelters for the barns and shelters and sheds for goats and animals and stuff. Something that'll handle the New York weather, New York winter, but won't technically be a building. A deer wandered too close and must have just got scent of the fire because he just took off running. Just heard him bounding away. You can always tell when it's deer because the one sound will be in one spot and then the next sound you hear will be like 10, 20 feet away because they jumped. That's why I say bounding away. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I had a process with my fire. I started out with the smaller chopped up pieces, and that's what I used to just keep it going. And That's what I use when I'm getting ready to cook. But then I save these rounds, these unsplit pieces, and it's usually the sections of the log that have branches, the branches sticking out. And they're just harder to split anyway, but also that makes them burn longer. But with the branches sticking out, it leaves pitch deposits, so they burn easier. If it makes any sense, it's the surface area of the log catches more flame, so it actually lights up easier. See how the branches on the bottom are lighting up? That's where that one jet keeps popping out. Right, right here. That is making it burn easier, and that'll help light the rest of the larger log, but it will still burn at a slower rate than a split log. So that's how I transition from the split to the whole logs to make the fire last longer. So 1:45. By the time the wife gets back, I will have added one more, and then by the time we're done chilling out and hanging out before we go to sleep, I'll have to add the last 2 rounds that I have, which are a little bit bigger, but not much bigger than that. And then that'll burn for the rest of the night on until morning, and I'll have a bed of coals to work with in the morning. It's all about timing and the process when you're dealing with the fire and trying to get it to last longer or burn at a certain temperature. Because right now that's so hot, it'll cook up above, like on top of the bricks. Okay, baby. You riding home with Jamie? I gotta go up and grab your soda, so I might meet you up there anyway. Do you shred mail for a living or like part of your job, or do you just have a ton of mail to shred and you can't have any fires? Ah, I mean, I kind of wish I had a ton of papers to shred because I would make fire starter logs. I'd take the shredded paper and I'd melt down some wax or some tiki oil, and especially like some citronella oil would be a twofer, and compress, like, get you work the mixture into a paste, and then you squeegee it, or you keep adding paper until it thickens up, and then you squeegee it until. Yeah, I responded to you, baby. I said alrighty. I said I said alrighty. See you soon. Are you riding home with Jamie? And I said that I needed to go up and grab the case of soda anyway, so I'd probably just meet you up there. Let me know. But I would take the slurry and the mixture of the shredded paper and the wax or the oil, and compress it into little logs and use those as fire starters. If you had a massive amount of it, you'd actually sell them. Okay, baby. I'll see you. Yeah, yeah. You take the waste paper, you shred it, and you take like a 5 gallon bucket or whatever, and you mix the paper. I need a ton of shredded paper to do that video. um, but yeah, I would take the shredded paper and I'd take a 5 gallon bucket, and what I personally would use is I would probably use the tiki oil, because it would work better and it would um, squeegee out a lot easier, but still leave the flammable residue. So you take all that paper and you mix it with the wax and you get it to absorb it, and then you squeegee it out into tubes. So you like take a PVC tube, put a stopper on the end of it, and then take a big wooden dowel and fill the tube up, and you squish the wooden dowel in there to squeegee it out. And yeah, pretty much it's like paper mache, but instead of pasting it onto something, you squeegee it into a tube and you make little logs. And uh, Teresa, I have 3 patrons, and right now, by the time I get the money, it totals out to like $16 a month. um, uh, I don't have the kind of patrons yet to be able to be like, hey, I need people to send me bags of shredded paper. So like, hopefully, I can get to the point where I can put up a post and be like, hey, I need bags and bags of shredded paper, and people be like, here you go. Yeah, I've got 3. But yeah, that's why I've been trying to promote it, and I added a bunch of stuff to it so that way people will get more out of it. Um, it's it's broken up. If you want to check it out, my link is there. If you know anybody who might be interested, could share it around for me. It'd be really helpful for me. Also, my channel, my stores, things like that. I have a lot of different options on there. Everybody gets merch, and people will be able to put in fan requests and try to get involved with the channel, and certain levels can even make decisions. So it's like it would help me out, and I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I'd really like to make that video. I've always wanted to make one of those because I've always wanted to make those logs. It'd make those fire starters so much easier. And like I said, I 100%, 200% appreciate each and every one of my uh, supporters. My patrons are awesome, and they've consistently, like 3 or 4 months now, they've consistently kept their pledge and put it up. So like that's freaking awesome. I'll never forget them. It's yeah, it's a great feeling to be like, wow, somebody wants to support me, like even a few bucks. That's border houses for what? Because full-time camping, that's a choice. Oh, hoarder. Oh. And Elizabeth, I'm pretty much talking about the same place. Oh. But the problem with hoarders is they don't let go of nothing. But I know what you're saying. Now, can you correct me because it's bugging me? Is it Therese? Put a 1 if it's Therese, or Teresa, put a 2. You just let me know. It is bugging me a little bit. I like to pronounce people's name properly. Oh yeah, I used to do cleanouts all the time. Out in Washington, that was part of my business. Okay, Teresa, thank you. That was bugging me. So I am gonna end up ending it here soon because the wife's getting home. I'm gonna go up and grab the case of soda and carry it back for her, and walk her back in the dark. Pretty much be a spider web human shield. But I mean, it was a nice hangout. Wish somebody would have wanted to come up on panel, but I don't normally have people popping up on panel like that. Uh, hoping my lives kind of gain in popularity a little bit. I'm going to get back into doing them a little more regularly, and hopefully get back to my growing rate. Um, eh, so are a lot of things. But hopefully I was growing at a really good rate. There was some weeks I'd, gain a couple of hundred. There's some nights I'd get 400 or 500. Yeah. People try to tell me about Monster being not good for you, but you know what? That's a shit ton of vitamins, and that's about as close to a multivitamin as I get. I mean, apples have trace amounts of arsenic in it. Well, the apple seeds, anyway. So, I mean, if you want to look at it, everything is bad for you in some form, in some way. There are some berries that are poisonous until they're ripe, and then they're good for you. There are some things that are good for you up to a certain amount, and then too much is bad for you. So, I mean, then again, you want to listen to, depending on who you listen to, gluten, wheat, dairy, meat, lots of fruits, many vegetables. They're all bad for you. Oh yeah, Gatorade is bad. It gave me kidney stones. I drank too many, and I got some pretty bad kidney stones. It's actually what happened to the wife. She got really bad kidney stones and had a blockage. So I mean, like, we were drinking Gatorade because we were trying to avoid soda because it was supposed to be better, but we drank too much of it and got calcium deposits and stones, and yeah, great, wonderful, agonizing pain. See, I like herbal stuff. I like chai. Oh yeah, Elizabeth. They always talk about how a kid passing a kidney stone is about as close to. It's pretty much the same amount of pain as giving birth. It's the closest experience a man feels. Well, at least that's something that you only experience at most once a year. I I pass a stone. I have constant reoccurring stones that sometimes it's a couple of times in a week, sometimes it's a couple of times a month. So far, my best time was I went a month without it. And yeah, but not very often. The best trick actually is periodically drinking. If if I have a beer or two a night, or if I have a binge at the end of the week, like if 5, 6 beers, and it's terrible. And when I get a bad batch of stones, I get weak. But the alcohol, it's actually been proven that periodically drinking can help break up the kidney stones and help them pass easier. And that's the only thing that actually keeps them at bay is if I regularly do that. And it's stupid. Well, what's your medical treatment for your kidney stones? A beer. But I don't actually like drink beer. I drink flavored beer, twisted tea, and crap like that. But sometimes it's some of the weirdest responses and answers that is like, oh yeah, well, that actually sort of makes sense. Because when you drink, it's a diuretic and it draws fluid out of your system and it makes you urinate extra, which expands everything. And the enzymes in the alcohol and in the drink, it helps break into the calcium and break it apart so it passes easier. Oh, I hate beer. I hate beer. It's absolutely gross, but I drink twisted tea or spiked Arnold Palmer's, the flavored drinks. Or, I make a mixed drink with some vodka. Nothing wrong with that. Go figure this live actually had the most concurrent viewers consistently. See, it tastes like piss to me. That beer, it just reminiscent of piss and something spoiled, like spoiled piss. I hate it. And it's just associated with bad memories for me. My father was an alcoholic. It's actually something that irritates me about the fact that I need to consistently, regularly drink moderately is the fact that my father was an alcoholic and he drank 2 24-packs a day. And Budweiser, the red can Budweiser, I hate that shit. I hate looking at it, smelling it, seeing it, any of it. Fucking. And I never wanted to be that person. I never wanted to be an alcoholic. So even though I have to drink at least occasionally a little bit, I'm happy that I never have that. Oh, I want it. I need it. And I always check that and I always make sure. I'm like, okay, so the only reason I want to do this regularly is to avoid the pain of kidney stones. Okay. It's just one of those self-checks, reality check things where you just got to be like, and I have a lot of self-awareness, so it helps me. But there's a lot of people that don't have that capacity to be able to take that step back and look at yourself and it's like, what is actually motivating you to do this? Because the easiest person for you to lie to is yourself. But at the same time, it's not. The easiest person is also the one that's impossible to lie to. Because you can't actually lie to yourself, but you can convince yourself. Doesn't entirely make sense, but it does. Oh, my knuckles have had a lot of pressure in them today. But I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy doing this. I miss doing it. I actually forgot how much I enjoyed doing this. Alrighty, I'm closing it out now. But it's good to be back. So, Good night, everybody. Hope everybody has a good one. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Uh, code word. Code word, code word, code word. What was a good conversation piece that we had up here? Yes, I did. You just have to remember there's a delay. There we go. Alrighty. Code word for this replay for my replay champions. Put it down in the comments section when you watch this in the replay. It is pepper. 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 That is your code word. Totally freaking random. No one's gonna guess it. I don't play the guitar. I gotta get a drum. Okay, so, hush, it's Mom. So until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.